Alright, y'all, I know it's been a minute. Welcome back. It's been a very slow last 2 weeks out here in my area. Kind of juggling back and forth between like mid 50 degree weather, barely 70. So not a lot of people have been running their systems at all. But this morning, I got a service call downtown at a high-rise. Majority of the apartments there we work on through a rental property, but I guess this one is owned by like an actual owner. So we're gonna go down there, check it out, see what we find, and see if we can get these people back going. Let's see.
The inside units in here, this over here.
All right, not doing anything right now.
These are the notes she made.
4. Let's take this. How long has she lived here?
She's been here. She's been here a good while, probably about 8 or 9 years. She was a traveler. She does the echo on the heart.
Yeah.
And she works at the cancer unit for.
All right, so right now I'm on the way to the roof, trying to think in my head if I've already previously diagnosed this. I did a YouTube short on this exact building where I found a dead compressor, and that apartment layout looks to be the exact same. So I'm wondering if a new person moved in and the last person didn't ever fix the issue. But I turned the unit on to heat mode, and it is a heat pump. They're all heat pumps over here on this building. Discharge line never got hot going to the indoor coil. I didn't feel any vibration through the copper, so I don't think the condenser is running at all. Oh, look at how this looks out here. This is crazy. We have done that ICP right there. Oh wait, no, not that one. Those two. We've done those two. Waiting for all these units right here are for the lobby area. So we're waiting on those two Gibson Noradines to go out, and then we'll swap those out too. I'm looking for apartment 414. Now there is no 114, but there's a 214, which I'm guessing that one is because this is 314 and 414. And still this is making me wonder if this is the one that I diagnosed. No, that compressor plug's still on there. Is the disconnect off? Let's see what we got here. Ooh, come on now. Nope, it's on. Sweet, let's take the panel off and see what we got. All right, got y'all in the POV now. Let's see what we can find out about this unit. Off rip, all I'm already noticing is how terribly charred, I'm not gonna say charred, but like the outer coating of the wiring for the high voltage is broken. There's a couple significant heat spots on the resistors for that control board, but nothing popping out like, you know, immediately that there'd be a problem. Let's just see. Actually, that contactor's pulled in already. Huh, that's weird. But I don't have anything up here. Nothing to ground. So we got some type of high voltage issue. But inside, I went to his panel, to the main breaker panel, None of the breakers were tripped or anything. That's odd. Let's check the disconnect over here. Pull this piece off. Is it something wrong with the disconnect itself? Just pull this off. Nothing that I can immediately see. This is line. Still nothing. Still nothing there. Skip that. 1.5 to ground. 1.6. Seems like these people got a breaker issue. Breaker might be dead. Let me go downstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the breaker. Let me put this in the off position. Pop this cover back on. And I'm gonna reset the breaker downstairs. See what happens. All right, y'all, I goofed up. I thought the GoPro was filming. It was not. When I went to the breaker panel, all the breakers are still, you know, pointing towards the center in the on position. But, you know, I was going to try to reset it. When I went to the AC breaker, which is a 60 amp, on the top right corner, I'll post a picture of the panel. When I tried to flick it to reset, I gave it just a slight tap, not even a whole lot of pressure. The thing just went straight to trip position. So I think the breaker did end up tripping. I reset it anyway and reset the furnace or the air handler because I didn't want it to come on right up here even though I had the disconnect off. But I want to check out the windings on the compressor to ground first before I just kick this thing on. I'm gonna double check the capacitor as well, so that's what we're about to do. All right, just to make sure. Still nothing. Still nothing. And yep, still got that in the off position. So we're just gonna leave that out. I'm gonna do. Actually, there's no way it should have reset that fast. That contactor. Ah, the contactor was arced shut. I mean, there's no 24 volts right here on the contactor, so that shouldn't have been closed, especially with me, you know, resetting the air handler downstairs and resetting the call. But that contactor's definitely got to get changed out. Huh. All right. Let's just this is a 70 plus 5 capacitor right here. And I just want to check the, all right, cool. I just want to check the microfarad readings on it, see if it's been good, if it's terrible. Looks like one of the maintenance dudes, possibly one of the maintenance guys, have already replaced the capacitor for this. Wow, oh, snap. What the f? Y'all see that, right? My finger touched the oil on the back of it. I was like, what the heck? Holy crap. I've seen them blow out the top, you know, and bulge out the top. I've never seen, our contactor just pulled in. I've never seen that before. Let's just see the microfarad reading on this. It's probably gonna be terrible. From fan to common, it's pretty much fine. 4.7, common to Herm. 66.3. Oh man, I can't put that back on, and I know for sure I don't have a 70 plus 5 on the truck. I could make it. Might have to go make a capacitor, guys. I think that's the best way to keep going on this and keep testing it. I guess to eliminate something else real quick, which one of these will be the compressor wires? I've got Herm here. This one, black wire for this goes to DF1 for the fan switch. Why do I hear a bunch of clicking? Either way, this would be the compressor. Black would be common, or C. You got run right here. Oh, there's even a little bit of burn mark or arcing on that red wire back there. Let's just see continuity. I know a lot of people are going to say you should just take the top off and check, you know, at the windings themselves, you know, on the compressor, not check through the wiring harness. I am 100% cheating the system right now. Run to ground is fine. Common to ground. I'm hoping this compressor isn't. Why am I getting? Okay, I'm getting readings on everything to ground. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the top off now, because I need to see if the windings themselves are just that bad. From right here at the compressor, one terminal. Well, already that's grounded, or shorted to ground. This compressor is kaput. Let me see if I can get a better angle for you guys. R to copper, beeps. Start to copper, beeps. Common to copper, beeps. So, you know, by taking the plug off, I eliminated if there was a potential rub out on the wiring harness. You know, I just check it at the end of the terminals on the wires themselves, just to get a gauge on it. If I don't get anything there, then obviously there's probably not a problem. But if I do get continuity to ground by checking at the wires that go to the contactor and the capacitor, if I get continuity there, I know right then and there I need to take this plug off and check at the terminals themselves to eliminate if there's, again, a issue in the plug to the contactor or capacitor, or if the issue's at the compressor. And right now it seems like we're at the compressor. Oddly enough, when I told you guys I thought that this was the unit I diagnosed, that is actually this one, because I looked in there, and I don't know if it'll catch. Let me get my flashlight. The plug is still off from when I diagnosed it that day. So apartment 314 does not have any regular, I don't know if the person's still living there or what, but they don't have any AC or heat, just because I left it off, because it was doing the same thing. It was tripping the breaker, and that's more than likely what happened here. I didn't catch it on camera, but I think it's the owner of the apartment's father, because I guess the actual owner travels a lot. The father told me that he noticed that it was tripped. He said he couldn't remember which one. I know which one it is now, but he said that he kept resetting it a couple times, and then it never did it again, but it just never seemed to work. So I think they've just been popping the breaker one too many times. Now this thing is kaput, and it's gonna be crazy trying to explain that one. Holy crap, out of everything though, I can still read the model number, GSZ1306018D, and I can still read off the serial number too. So I might write all of that on here somewhere, probably on this side, just so nobody forgets. If somebody ends up, if they get a second opinion on this, or if by the time something else goes wrong on the unit and that's all gone away, the model and serial will still be right there. So let me go ahead and write that all that stuff down. I'm gonna button this back up. I'm gonna leave the plug off, and I'll go tell them the bad news. Just to show y'all, I got the unit running. I didn't change anything because the fan side of the capacitor was fine, so I just wired up the fan side of the cap. I removed all the compressor wires right here. Condenser fan motor runs, but you know, that's it. Obviously I'm going to cut the disconnect off when I leave because it's not going to make a difference. But just to show that nothing else is, you know, making the breaker trip. That's kind of the way to top off this kind of diagnosis, is to just unhook the compressor and make sure the breaker doesn't trip again. So I didn't write the model number right here. I wrote it on the inside of the panel right there. And I am currently on the phone I'm on hold right now, but currently just trying to get pricing and availability for the components and everything. But that's all she wrote. Yeah, the compressor shot on the roof. The compressor shot.
The compressor.
That's what was causing it to trip the breaker over there.
Okay. And that causes the heat not to work too, right?
Yeah, she's got a heat pump system, so her primary source of heat is going to be the refrigerant in the system. So without the compressor, it's not going to work.
Okay.
There's a couple minor components up there as well that need to be changed out because they got some char marks and things are staying shut when they shouldn't be. But for the most part, it is just the compressor that's really stopping this thing from working.
What does that usually run?
In the thousands.
Huh?
In the thousands.
Really?
Yeah. We have to remove all the refrigerant from the system, replace the compressor, put the refrigerant back in. Quite labor intensive, but we can give all the options of either doing the complete repair or she going with the new system. If she plans on staying here for a while, I'd recommend a new system. If this is just a stop on a list for her in some way, shape, or form, the repair might be the way to go.
Okay. Let me see if I can call her right quick.
Just had a long talk with the actual apartment owner, and she said another company quoted her like over 20 grand to replace that unit, which is insane to me. But she wasn't even too interested in worrying about why is my camera so bad. She wasn't even too worried about the repair option. She just wanted to hop straight in on replacing the unit. Asked about financing. I let her know all of our information. So, hopping on the elevator to go down right now back to the lobby, head back to the truck, and continue the rest of the day, which probably won't get many calls because it's foggy as crap outside. A little bit humid, but it's really like 60 degrees out. So, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks for tagging along. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.